أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق الهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الحمد لله. Welcome back. Um, in today's lesson, in this session, we'll be introducing a new rule. And this rule is an interesting one because it goes against the four golden rules we started out with. Um, we'll see what I mean by that in just a moment. So in our last session, we looked at three new letters: Dal, Alif, and Sheen. And even though we know the letter Alif from before, when the Alif came with a fatha to elongate the sound, but now for the first time we actually have the Alif as a letter itself, and the Alif taking a sound. In this case, the fatha, the A sound, for example, or the I sound over here. And obviously it can also take the U sound. I don't see an example with the U sound, but here we have the I. So the alif with the I, and then the ya and sukun after it, making it I in this example over here. And then here the tun, alfun. Here we have the alif, but it has no sound on it, but it comes after the a. So here we have masa. So this alif here serves to elongate the sound. Here we have the word akbarun. We can see there's no sound on it, although because it's a hamza, and we know kind of that this word, we have to read this with a sound here. This is akbarun. Okay, so this is just a typo. There should be a on there. So that will be akbarun. Okay, here we have the a followed by the alif to elongate the marun, and then we had shawkatun. Okay, so these were the examples from the last lesson that we read through. Hopefully you went through that just by reading through the lessons and so on. And we'll now proceed to look at today's new rule. Today's new rule, you can see, is the alif with sukun. And the alif, when it has sukun, it actually is recited as a stop. It's as if we are stopping. Now we know if we go back to the four golden rules, it's don't break breath, don't stop, don't pause, don't jerk, So this is actually like a jerk. So yeah, we're gonna have, if we read this, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. را في سو كي دا شو ما تي. So I know I'm just jumping straight into it, but because this is actually a very short lesson, we'll just continue and read through this. But the important point here to remember is that because we normally, when we see the and there's an alif after it, we know we have to elongate. So this would be normally read with a like ara, right? But here's a sukoon on the alif. And if you see all of these examples in this little section here, all the alifs, all right? And obviously you're still working on recognizing the alif, right? The alif can never connect to something after it. So here you can see the fa goes straight into the alif. And then the alif is carrying a sukoon, which means we have to recite it as if it's a stop, as if it's a jerk. Okay? Ra, fi, su, ki. I'm exaggerating it a little bit, but just to give you the idea. So ki, da, shu, ma. Don't echo it, all right? Not like a qalqala. Okay, don't jerk it or echo it to the extent the way we read the qalqala. It's just like a stop. Okay, so here we have ma, ti, and we'll go to the next line. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ju, the, a, shi, ni, la, bu, thi. All right, and so those are, this, take your time to reread these two lines just to get used to it. Okay, so maybe I'll read this again. All right, I'll go a bit slower this time. We have the sukoon, so it's like a jerk sound or a stop. Ra, all right, as opposed to elongating. Okay, fi, su, ki. But you have to also, pronounce it that the of the alif now has a sukun. So you're not saying you're just saying uh, just saying like you like you're pulling brakes. Okay, ra, fi, su, ki, da. An example would be the word iqra, iqra, because the word is qara'a. But the word iqra, there's alif at the end there with sukun. We'll see that later. We haven't done the letter qaf yet, so I couldn't put that here as an example. But that is a a perfect example, actually, with the alif at the end of a word that takes a sukun. Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi. So this is ra, not iqra, but ra, just ra, fi, su, ki, da, shu, ma, ti, ju, vi, a, shi, ni, la, bu, fi. All right. So here we have fi, na. All right. So here the alif isn't carrying anything. There's no sukun on this alif. But this alif is the alif that we saw before when it comes after the a. So we have to elongate this a. So this is ji, na, ji, na. Then we have ta'diban, ta'diban. Here we have ta. Then we have the I with the ya and sukun, di. And then we have the an sound, tanween, ta'diban, ta'sisun, jarun, ra'san. Ra'san. Ra's is a head. Our head is known as ra's. Ra'san. Fa'sin. Okay. Fa's is an axe. Okay. Fa's. Fa'sin. Fa'sin. Okay. Fa'run. Fa'run is a rat. Okay. Fa'run. Ka'sun. All right. Ka's is a cup. Ka'sin. La'la'a. La'la'a means to sparkle. La'la'a. Ma'thuratun. 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 Okay. Ma'dhubati. 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 So if you're reading it on your own, you can read it little piece by piece. Break it up. Ma'dhubati. Ma'dhubati. All right. Here we have ma, and then we have mal. Notice the lam here. It's going to the left. We read from right to left. The alif will never have something going to the left of it. If I had to connect this alif to the meme, then we wouldn't have an alif anymore. We'd have a meme, a lam, a meme, and another lam. But here we have a meme and an alif, so we cannot connect that. Ma'mal. Okay, that's the last one. So, alhamdulillah, like I said, it's a very short lesson for today. Just a new rule, the rule of alif with sukun. When the alif gets a sukun, we read it as if it is a stop. And I think that's where we'll stop for today, inshallah. Alhamdulillah. The lessons, alhamdulillah, we're trying to keep them short, bite-sized chunks. Yeah, so hopefully you're still finding benefit in these lessons, inshallah. Hopefully you guys are sharing them, and I hope more and more people will be able to, these lessons hopefully reach more and more people, inshallah. We ask Allah to guide and protect us and accept from us. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.